In this video, we will be showing you how to modify the Nerf Retaliator. For a baseline, we first chronographed the stock Retaliator without any modifications and got roughly 70 to 80 feet per second. The first step is to unscrew and remove the piece in the rear of the Retaliator. This piece will prevent the shell from being open and is easier to unscrew before the other screws have been removed. Now unscrew the rest of the screws in the Retaliator. There are 2 screws hiding beneath the priming grip. All the screws are the same length except the screw at the bottom front corner of the clip well. This screw is longer than the rest and needs to be put back there when the Retaliator is screwed back together. We like to put screws and other small parts into a cup so that we don't misplace them. At this point the shell should be easily separated, but it should be done carefully so no pieces are lost. Now we can take out the spring, catch, and trigger. The spring can be thrown out as it will no longer be needed. Here, 2 of the 3 locks in the Retaliator are being removed. They do not need to be removed to work, but we prefer to take them out. Next, take out the barrel and plunger system. Remove the plunger tube by simply pulling it off the barrel assembly. Here, the 3rd and final lock is being removed. Unscrew the 2 screws on the bottom, but be sure not to lose them. Now remove the spring and final small lock piece. Replace the casing and screw the 2 screws back in. Here are the 3 locks we removed from the Retaliator. Next, we must remove the pin connecting the bolt sled to the barrel. To do this, use a small nail and hammer it from one side until the pin is sticking out a bit on the other side. Now take a pair of needle nose pliers and the pin should be pulled out easily. Drill a 17/32 inch hole into the barrel to allow for the brass barrel and to remove the air restrictors. Measure the 17/32 inch brass to 2.5 inches and cut the brass to length. We used a pair of tube cutters and would highly recommend them as they give a perfect 90-degree cut every time. Next we hammer the brass into the barrel. Use a rubber mallet instead of a metal hammer to prevent deforming of the plastic, and put a piece of scrap wood between the brass and the work surface to prevent damaging the work surface. The Retaliator barrel is done at this point and is ready to put back into the blaster. Hammer the pin back to reattach the bolt sled in the barrel. Put the plunger assembly back onto the barrel and place the whole assembly back into the Retaliator shell. Now replace the catch string with a stronger one. We are using an orange ModWorks replacement because we know they'll fit and work well. Put the catch and trigger back into the shell. Here is the stock Retaliator spring next to the SG Nerf replacement. You can see how the wire is thicker on the replacement spring. Because the SG Nerf spring is no longer available, we would recommend using the orange ModWorks Retaliator spring replacement. Now we just need to put the other half of the shell onto the Retaliator and screw it back together. Again, remember to put the only longer screw into the correct port, being shown here. Now screw the back piece back on and the Retaliator is done. We'll be doing a second chronograph test to test the modifications. We're now getting around 100 feet per second with a bit more variation than the stock blaster. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching.